the other things that are here at EA Play. It's some pretty awesome stuff. That's going to be kicking off in just a little bit. That will be hosted by the one and only Fubar, Jose Sanchez, and myself. But there you can see everyone shaking hands, feeling good about what they
We're all friends in the end, aren't we?
Oh yeah, you know, all's fair in love and war.
Definitely.
It was great. And that was the first time that we've ever seen Battlefield gameplay. It was certainly quite an experience, even for myself as a commentator, because you know there's a lot of new things here, right? And as we continue to dive deep into what Battlefield 1 offers, I'm almost certain that we will look back on it, and there are just so many things that we probably missed because of just how deep this game is.
It's one of those things where we only got to see one map today and one game mode. There's so much more out there that we're still yet to see, and I think that's really important for those people out there because they've now seen this game for the first time. They're going to want to know what's coming next. What more can I see about Battlefield 1? And there is still plenty more to come.
Yeah, there's also going to be a lot of awesomeness going down over here in EA Play as we have people lining up, getting ready to game, play some Battlefield, play some Titanfall, whatever you want to play, FIFA, Madden, NHL, so on and so forth. But I believe we have AC Bongos down on the floor with our winners. AC, what's going on, my man?
Hey, thank you, Westy, and thank you, Golden Boy. Golden Boy, that jacket, mate, that is fire. Good work. And Westy, well done doing it for Britain. Airfist, good stuff. I am joined here by the team captains. I've got Neebs and I've got Stone Mountain. I think first of all we'll say congrats to Stone Mountain. How do you feel?
Excellent, man. You know, I've been a commanding officer for a couple years on the battlefield. Had a couple good operations back in Operation Firestorm. You guys have probably heard of that one. Yeah. But back in 2013, Battlefield 3, I'm hardcore, no. But good game. Great playing with all these guys, and Neebs in particular. We got you, man.
That's right. Now, I know there's been a lot of trash talk between you two before today. How did it feel to actually get out there on the battlefield? The very first multiplayer gameplay of Battlefield 1. How did it feel?
It was great. I mean, the game is awesome. I got to be a taxi driver for Jamie Foxx and Zac Efron for a whole match.
Nice.
I got to kill this guy at least once.
I got you back.
Okay, so technically we're tied. Technically we're tied. But love it. I didn't learn about the gas mask until 3 minutes before that last match ended. So apparently you have to put a gas mask on. Pro tip.
I think that's quite a big deal in Battlefield 1, right? Now, you are very well known for your call-outs, for your communication. Did that make a difference for you today?
Yeah, I was trying to really command the squad whenever we won a game. Shout it out to them, and definitely I'd say it helped out, but I might be biased.
Were they listening, or?
Yeah, they were helping out. I was working with Snoop as well, trying to guide him. He had a tank rolling on the gunner as well. It was pretty beast.
All right, Neebs, you were playing with a lot of players you probably haven't played with before, right? I mean, you're right next to Jamie Foxx here. Who really stood out for you from the celebs that you were playing with today?
The celebs. Jamie was needed a little work. He was warming up towards the end, but I don't think he's a natural just yet.
He's probably still around, so we could have a word with him afterwards, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, in the back of the gun, once I got him there, he started getting comfortable. But yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't. Doom 49 kept killing me. He's picking on, and Anderzel. They were out for me.
And you had my friend Major Nelson on your team. How did he do? Did he represent for Xbox?
Man, I was so confused with all these lights and things going on. It was hard for me to keep up with who was killing me. But I know for sure Doom and Anderzel, bullies.
All right. Well, Stone, your team took it. Who was the MVP on your team for you?
To what he was saying, I think Doom 49, he was rolling in that light tank, heavy tank, destroying. But we had a lot of good people. The thing is, when I'm heated in the battle, it's hard to keep up with what everybody's doing. I'm kind of focusing on my squad. So I'd have to look back at the footage, really analyze my squad's work.
Yeah. All right. Well, you've got plenty of time for that. Now, it's the first time anyone's been able to get hands-on with Battlefield 1 multiplayer. Like, tell us how it really feels. Like, how would you communicate how the game feels to your audience and to everyone watching?
It feels good. It feels gritty, and like it feels tight. When you pull a gun out, I mean, it feels heavy. It feels like it's doing damage. Tanks are mean. Tanks are great.
Yeah, there's a kind of brutality to the weapons in this game, right? Did you feel that when you're playing it?
Definitely. And even what you notice, like the rain coming down on the weapons and the brutality, the Zeppelin that's overhead, that thing's pretty bad. And when that thing comes down, the destruction, the graphics, it's intense.
Tell me about the interplay between the different vehicles. Does it feel kind of like what you're used to in Battlefield, or is there new dynamics to the way those vehicles work with each other?
I personally think it's very different. I mean, like, one of the tanks has a driver that has a heavy gun, and then you got 2 cannons on each side. So to me, that's great because you can have your squad in there and you can be communicating, turning your tank to one side and let him fire on the other guy. So and then the animation getting in adds a lot of fun to it. So.
Did you get up into the air, Stone Mountain?
I didn't in this game, but those air vehicles, the fighter, getting somebody in the back as that turret, that's where team play can really come in handy. And same thing with the tanks. It can get brutal.
All right, so how about some tips for people when they get their hands on Battlefield 1? And don't forget, you'll be able to play it first on Xbox One exclusively with EA Access. When people get their hands on it, what do they need to start thinking about? Do they need to change their outlook on Battlefield?
A lot of your Battlefield strategies from the past will work. If you see gas, put your mask on. That's something I didn't do. And yeah, I mean, it's team play, so work with your squad.
Yeah. So that working as squads, communication, knowing your role within the team, that's still a big deal for Battlefield, right?
Yeah, I mean, watch out for me if you're on the battlefield. But besides that, yeah, squad play is hands down going to be your thing. The air vehicles, being able to ride shotgun inside the vehicle, have 2, 3 people in those bombers, that's what's key. Working as the squad overall, that's definitely my go-to tip.
Yeah. If this one parachutes in next to you and starts talking to you, then yeah,
you might want to mute me. You might want to mute me because I'm going to be yelling at you.
Yeah, you're in trouble. Tell me about some of the YouTubers you had on your team as well. You had some pretty good talent on your squad here.
And we had a lot more, but someone stole them yesterday. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about that.
Was this like, what's happening here? Was there dodgy transfer situations? Was it?
I worked very hard to build my team, and then Stone started stealing my teammates. Doom was originally on my team. Anderzel took them, man.
So how did you swing this then? Is this, mind games? What's going on?
It was some hard negotiations and some good work, but we managed to get level cap as well from them. Good asset, breaking up the squads with Jack Frags and all those guys. Managed to at least get level cap, and that definitely helped our squad out as well.
You had a couple of British players on your team, right? Did they make a difference for you? Jack? I mean, we know Jack's an amazing Battlefield player.
Jack's a good player. I think he was on your team, though, Neebs. Yeah, but we had a lot of foreign guys on our team, relative to U.S., I guess. But no, they're excellent players as well. Communication's a little bit more difficult with the Spanish-talking people, but Did
you resort to hand signals? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I was flailing my arms around a bit. But,
okay. All right, good. So tell me about some of the highlights from the matches for you. What are some of the key moments for you?
Probably, I hope it was shown, because there was a moment when Stone Mountain rolls up and when there's mini tanks, and it's just me and my anti-tank gun, so I drop down and shoot him. Do you remember that moment?
I do remember it. I was in my tank. I was like, who is shooting me? And then Neebs kills me, and he's jumping around, and it was super disheartening. But that's when I got you back shortly later. I came back to that same spot, rolled up in a tank, another tank. You were in one at that time, and I got you back.
Yeah, it's even.
No, one of the amazing things is, I mean, these big airships coming in. Yeah. What difference did that make to the matches, and how do you need to leverage that airship when it comes in?
Well, I think you have to get used to the airship. I'm a little lost on it yet, because when I get in, I'm driving. I'm just like, wow, I'm driving. I'm not really thinking about dropping bombs yet. It's because it's so new, but it's a game changer if you know how to use it. You got to steer it in the right areas, give your gunners a clear shot at the objective, so it could turn the game around for you.
Destruction, we know, is like a really key part of the Battlefield experience. It looks better than ever in Battlefield 1, right? Did you see that? Did that play into your tactics, is destruction in the Battlefield?
Yeah, I mean, the destruction overall, and even going back to that Zeppelin, when that thing comes in halfway through and it is dropping bombs down, it can completely level windmills, buildings, and if they still have that thing up, you got to focus it down quickly. And if Neebs is piloting, maybe you're not as dangerous, but...
One of the other highlights we saw as well is this bayonet charge. Were you on the end of any of them? Did you see any of them?
Well, I have a special use for the bayonet charge. People shoot at me a lot. I bayonet charge to get away from people. You run faster. It's a great escape strategy.
Yeah. You're bayoneting the other way.
Yeah, towards cover. Towards cover.
That sounds like quite good. Any other, cowardly tactics like that yourself?
I mean, that's a good tip, man. That's a good tip. I didn't even think of that. Just stay down, stay out of the way of tanks, and blow them up. Go after the vehicles, go after those air vehicles whenever they come at you.
Those anti-tank grenade stacks,
yeah,
pretty impressive as well, right?
They're awesome looking. You've got this stick with all these grenades attached right to it. Chuck it at the tanks, and then you've got this bipod missile launcher you can drop out, and it's effective at taking them out. It's just a matter of shooting them. Same thing with even your regular rifles do extremely strong work to the actual air vehicles. You shoot those wings, it actually does a good amount of damage to them. So if they're flying overhead and you manage to get a couple of shots onto the air vehicle's wings, it'll take it out, and then it becomes more difficult to pilot. I'm sure those guys were talking about it up top, but
amazing. Sorry, we just did a little shimmy over there. I don't know if you noticed. It was very seamless. But this is the thing, right? There's these new weapons that were new in World War I, but the technology isn't what we know it now, right? So you're still dealing with some pretty rickety vehicles, and that changes things, right?
I mean, a little bit. I think the tanks are a little slower, but I don't know the name of all the vehicles yet, but like those trucks, man, you can get around quick, and you got a gun on top of that. They feel good. They don't feel like they're obsolete. They feel like powerful weapons. Okay. And I like them.
What was the best weapon you used during the games there?
I think the land ship is that the big tank with the treads, and that's my favorite. Well, the small tank is really good. You were using that one.
That small. The small light tank was really strong. Heavy. That was the land ship you were talking about. That thing's powerful. In terms of weapons, I really like the SMGs. Super fast fire rate. They could really tear people apart. And to your point, I mean, it looks like it's old, but you really feel powerful. And when you have the headphones on, those explosions are going off, you're shooting the sound effects. It's really heavy, man, and it feels good.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations to you, Stone Mountain. I'd give you an award, a trophy, but I've got nothing, mate. So just pride, okay? Take that away with you. You'll always have that. Thanks, gents. I really appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here representing Xbox and supporting Battlefield 1, the very first live gameplay of Battlefield 1. And don't forget, you'll be able to play it first exclusively on Xbox One with EA Access. We are signing off. It is just the start of E3 week, and it's been a pleasure. So thank you for joining us, gents. Thank you. And we're out. See you later.
everybody, welcome to our post-show coverage here at EA Play. I am so excited to talk about this first game because we have a lot of coverage here that's going to be taking place. But first, one thing that's really close for me is Titanfall 2, the one and only. I am such a huge fan of Titanfall.
Me too.
And that's great. I'm so glad you guys are fans of the game. Actually, joining with me here over at the Titanfall Village is Vince Ampella and Drew McCoy of Respawn. Guys, you dropped a bomb. Although the bomb had a little leak, but it's okay though, because at the end of the day, people got what they wanted. The single player for Titanfall, this is huge. It was one of the most hotly requested things for the original Titanfall. Now you guys are really fleshing out this universe. Where did you guys start with all of this? Because there is quite a bit to talk about when it comes to the world of Titanfall.
Well, I think we started with, putting some of the story into the multiplayer game in Titanfall 1.
Yeah.
So this was kind of the natural evolution of, people wanted more of that. Some people, really grasped the story. The campaign mode was the number 2 played mode in the game. So people loved it.
Yeah.
But this was giving them even more and bringing in more people, that don't necessarily want to see it in a multiplayer context. Now they can play it in just an offline single-player mode. So it's, for us, it's great to be able to give more players the chance to experience the world.
Yeah, and you're also getting an opportunity to flesh out this universe, right? I think it was one of the questions that I had when I first saw Titanfall, seeing these creatures fly in the air, and I'm just like, what's going on here? Well, this is incredible, So Drew, I want to get your thoughts because in the trailer you got to hear a lot from the Titan, and that is something that I just did not expect. I thought the Titans were just mechanized dudes, like any other mech thing, right? They're just poking machines, but they actually have personality. That caught me off guard. Why go in that direction?
Well, single player is really our chance to kind of explore that relationship between a pilot and Titan. People picked up on it a little bit in Titanfall 1 and multiplayer, even though your Titan was kind of disposable in a way. And so after the response of Titanfall 1 and how much people really loved that connection that they had, we decided we're going to go deeper on it. So yeah, the Titan is maybe not quite what you expected after the first game.
Yeah, so of course we have just so much to talk about, but you guys are not talking about it, right? You're going to keep it secret. You're going to make me sad because I want to know more about Titanfall, but you're holding me back from this one. So I guess, Vince, when can people find out more about Titanfall 2?
Well, we're going to talk about the multiplayer a lot. The single player it's a story. We want people to experience a story, so, the less we spoil it for us, the better.
So on the 28th, everyone will find out about it.
On October 28th, I assume the whole world will find out about it. The more of the better for me, but, we want to keep it as close to our chest as possible.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time, but we have plenty more to come here. We're going to be talking about the multiplayer in a few, but let's go ahead, jump into a trailer, and show you guys Titanfall 2.
BT-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was killed in action.
Correct. My original pilot was KIA. I am now linked to Rifleman Jack Cooper.
Who authorized this?
We had no other options.
What are your protocols?
Protocol 1. Link to pilot. Protocol 2. Uphold the mission. Protocol 3.
BT!
Protect the pilot.
Stand by for Titanfall.
right, so that was a look at the single player of Titanfall 2. Now, for me personally, anyone who knows me knows that I'm a very competitive guy. I'm an esports commentator, been doing it for many years now, and all I'm about is multiplayer. I love me some multiplayer. So it's time to talk about some multiplayer. We are actually showing off multiplayer here at EA Play. So why don't we dive into what you guys are showing here for the fans who are stopping by at the Nova?
Yeah, so we got 60 stations on PlayStation 4. We're showing off a new mode called Bounty Hunt. It's kind of like an evolution of attrition from the last game. But instead of you and your friendly AI versus an enemy team with their own AI, it's your team versus enemy team versus a third faction of AI. It's got this really cool ramp in intensity as you play. More or less boss titans come in and they're super aggressive, they're really hardcore, and it's a lot of fun. It's great for this kind of setting where people have about 10-15 minutes to pick up and play. It's got a high target count. It's good.
Yeah, when I actually had a chance to play, the boss titan shredded me a couple times. That boss titan's no joke. So quite a challenge when players get their hands on it. One of the features, though, that really caught my attention was the grapple hook. I am crazy about movement mechanics in games. When Titanfall introduced wall running into the competitive arena, I was just like, dude, this is amazing. This is like where it's going. And now you guys are bringing in the grapple hook, and I've used that thing. It is awesome. But there are other abilities as well. So if you don't mind, Vince, talking a bit about what had inspired you guys to introduce the grapple hook, then also the phase shift as well. There's a lot of really cool abilities that you guys have brought in here.
Yeah, I mean, the grapple hook, I think, is just a natural kind of progression for the movement system. It's all about that fluid movement, that verticality, getting places that, you couldn't in other games. So that was just like a natural addition. We put it in the game, and it was just so much fun. It's a balanced nightmare, so it took, forever for us to get everything kind of right. And
Awesome.
But for us, it was just, it had to be there.
Yeah, when I first used it, it felt a little awkward. I was like, all right, I need to figure this out. How do I incorporate it into my usual flow? Because everything feels exactly the same. You guys also introduced a dash as well, so a lot of cool little features in there. But now we got to talk about, the big thing, the big guy, okay, the Titan. What can we expect from the Titans this time around? What did you guys alter from the first one coming into the second one that fans who are playing here at EA Play may take notice of?
Yeah, so we're showing 2 Titans here. There's 6 total in the game. We'll go into more of them later, but this time around Titans are very unique. They're more like characters almost. So the 2 we've got here are Ion and Scorch. Scorch, he's all about fire. He's big, he's a brute, and he's got really cool abilities you can combo. Like you can throw out a gas canister, start spewing out gas, and you can light it on fire with any of his other abilities, and he just sits there smoldering for a bit. And Ion, she's all about lasers and resource management. She's got the cool shoulder laser, particle accelerator cannon, and then an awesome laser core that was in a trailer. So
nice. I'm excited. And to talk about the balancing of Titans and pilots, because that has always been the big question here. Challenges going into this one, what were some of the things now that you incorporated grapple hook into the fold? You saw some really cool stuff with the grapple hook in the trailer, which we'll check out in a little bit. What were some of the unique challenges with the grapple hook, with the new pilots, with the new mechanics, and also your approach now for the Titans?
Well, I think it's about so we have 6 new Titans, all unique, all with unique abilities that are very distinct so you can recognize them. So you kind of go into a fight a little differently, knowing what you're getting yourself into. Okay. So it makes the fights a little more balanced. You approach them differently. The pilots are all kind of done it differently than they were before, where you can it's the same type of approach, where everything's very well in balance. The mix of all of them together and how you play, you can kind of adapt it to your play style a lot more. So, I think all the mechanics, the different types, the different unlocks, the different progressions, the way the progression system works is just all very, very well balanced. I think we're still getting, to that point, the final touches on it, but the game's really fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I know.
I think it's important to note, though, by the way, we do have modes without AI this time. We do have that, just so everybody knows.
You just dropped a bomb. Vince, I can't handle this. I'm all verklempt. This is insane. I'm sweating now. I got to get the makeup lady, please. Oh my goodness, you just blew my mind away. I'm sure everyone in the community is going to be super stoked for that one. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Titanfall 2, playable here at EA Play. I'm going to play a crap ton of it, so I can't wait. But in the meantime, though, we're going to show you guys the multiplayer trailer once again, because we know you liked it, so we're going to give it to you again. I'm going to have my Jose powers and snap it in, so that's going to be awesome. And then when we come back, we have 2 special guests talking about more Titanfall 2 goodness.
Go, go, go!
Welcome back.
On your stick. Contact! Over there! Hostile Titan spotted!
Hey everyone, we're still here at the Titanfall Village, Titanfall 2. Everyone's super hyped about it. Join me is Joel Emsley and the one and only Todd McFarlane talking about some awesome art for Titanfall. Todd, first I want to talk about the cool thing you're doing here this week. And you're actually doing a Twitter contest?
Right.
Yeah, well tell us a little bit about that.
Well, people come in and they enter. We've got some of the toys that are coming out. We've got posters that we're giving away. We're always about the more fans that we can give stuff to for free, the better, right? So and Respawn's given us some stuff that we're going to just keep pumping out, not only starting tomorrow, but as we roll out all the product here for the next year or two.
Yeah, I believe you also have one of the posters here as well.
Here's the poster right here. Todd and I will be signing tomorrow.
It's beautiful, gorgeous.
Awesome. I'm probably going to be the first to get my own Todd McFarlane signature on there. I'm going to be the first. But yeah, check it out.
Nice. So let's talk about this. Awesome. Let's talk about this Titanfall 2 artwork, but also let's talk about working with Todd as well. How has that experience been? I mean, this guy is a legend over here.
Absolutely, he is a legend, and I've been watching him, since I was just coming up in comics and stuff. That's how I got my break in the industry, and from that I went into games. But it's a dream come true to collaborate with him and have these amazingly, insanely detailed figures that we're producing with him. And we're also doing some other stuff in collaboration that'll actually go in the game. We'll talk about that later.
Nice, nice. And for you, Todd, how was it to work with Respawn on a project such as Titanfall with these awesome, because I mean, when you look at it, the Titans are so cool.
No, the thing that's making my job easy, I mean, we make toys and we're known for our detail, right? But now when we can deal with partners that are willing to give us the actual model, right? I don't have to try and invent what's on the screen. I just go, let's just make what everybody's playing. So they give us these hyper-detailed, I mean, he's saying I'm putting detail. It's already in there when they're giving me the model. My job is to just keep it, and no matter what scale we put it at, it's all in there, and then paint it so it feels like it's a $100 product that we can sell for under $20 so people can, it's affordable, right? Affordable and cool-looking stuff.
I can't wait. I'm going to pick up mine, 100%. I want to have it in my office, mounted on the side, with all my other figurines, so it's cool stuff. It sounds like it's the match made in heaven, and I'm so happy. And I guess to close it out, final thoughts about just how the reception has been for Titanfall and the look and the feel and what people have been saying about the game as well here at EA Play.
It's 2 years of really, really intensely hard work, and trying to answer and solve issues and things the gamers and the community were speaking about on Titanfall 1 and bringing that into 2, and just hitting that mark and finally culminating in like one day, finally unveiling it and coming out here being out with Todd, and it's amazing. I'm on cloud 9. You can't touch me right now. I just feel great. It's beautiful.
All right. Well, Todd, Joel, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it.
We're actually going to take a look at the work that Respawn and Todd McFarlane put together for Titanfall 2. Enjoy. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. It's an absolute pleasure. awesome. Big thank you to the Respawn guys for letting me, talk to them here at the Titanfall 2 Village. But now we have the one and only Don Fubar, Jose Sanchez, down at the studio with some more awesomeness. Take it away, Jose.
Yep. Too good? Was it too good? Hey, thanks, Alex. We are here at the EA Play After Party, and we have a whole lot more EA to talk about. We've got videos for Star Wars. We got Major Nelson here from Xbox, who's going to be doing some sweet giveaways. And first, we are going to get to the Origin Gaming Rig Showdown. It is going down. We have 3 competitors here. One will leave with a brand spanking new fully built machine because they have to build an entire PC in the span of about 37 minutes. Maybe 42 minutes, maybe 46 minutes, depends on how much time I decide to give them. And here to help me discuss how to build a PC, Devin Connors. Devin?
Thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So tell me a little bit about the process of putting together a PC and putting together a PC under pressure.
Well, building a PC, it's kind of like adult Legos. All you really need is one Phillips head screwdriver, a little bit of free time, everything snaps into place. It's not nearly as hard as some people think, and we have all the hardware that you're going to need right over on this table over here to build a high-end gaming PC that'll be able to play any of the games EA announced today at their EA Play conference.
Now, I noticed we got some sweet parts over here. We got some Corsair parts, some MLI, some NVIDIA. Do you think these guys have what it takes to actually complete this build before the show ends?
I think so. I mean, a lot of Battlefield players like Darkness and Grizzle over here have a lot of PC building experience. It just kind of goes hand in hand with being a hardcore PC gamer, knowing the hardware, knowing how to put it together quickly, making sure it works the first time you boot. Fingers crossed.
Well, hopefully they have what it takes. So we're going to go over and actually check out exactly what kind of setups they have and see if they can get it done. Devin, thank you so much for talking with us. Thanks. Let's go right this way to our 3 combatants. So tell me a little bit about your PC building experience. Are you excited for this moment right now?
Oh, I'm super excited.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I have built I built no computers in my life.
So this is your first time?
This is my first time, yeah.
So do you think that gives you an advantage? Like maybe these guys think they know it all, but you could come in as the underdog and sort of wipe them out?
Well, we did a stream not too long ago of me putting together a PC. I had about 15 shots, and I got the motherboard in.
15 shots and the motherboard gets in, guys. No pressure. Tim, now, I know you have built a PC or two before.
A couple in my day, yeah.
Does this competition, now that there's like a time frame around it, does that make you a little bit nervous?
No.
No?
No, not at all.
This is why you're here?
This is why I'm here in LA. Not for the games, not for you. Maybe for you. Maybe for you. Maybe for you. But to build this PC.
Well, I mean, now that I know you're an experienced PC builder,
yeah.
I expect a lot.
My friend.
I expect high hopes.
A pleasure.
Always a pleasure. But the competition doesn't end there. The third and final combatant in this PC gaming showdown. Tim's talking trash.
I know. He loves to talk trash, but I mean, I'm his competitor as well. So I've been building computers since I was 5, and it's about to go down. We're going to see how it goes.
Now, just like I asked him, do you think the time frame is going to make you make some moves you might not have made if you were just had all the time in the world?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, on a good day, I can put a computer together in less than an hour. So we can see how it goes here today.
Well, hopefully it's a good day because the competition is on, and we are going to start building in 3, 2, 1. Build a computer.
Yes.
Build. Come on, Tim. You're not done. Not even done yet. Still going. Well, I will let these guys get to it because they clearly need a little bit more time. And in the meantime, we are going to go to a little video dedicated to Star Wars.
The Star Wars universe is growing day by day with the comics, the films, the games, you name it. And to be a part of that and to work with Lucasfilm is incredibly exciting. So what we're really trying to do at EA is cater to different areas of the Star Wars universe and create different game experiences that are tailor-made for those fans.
With Star Wars Battlefront, we wanted to really be able to bring people into the world of Star Wars like never before. What excites me now is bringing in more characters, more planets, more environments, more eras. And that's why we're super happy to have both Motive Studios and Criterion contributing in a significant way.
There's no point in making something in the Star Wars IP if you're just going to do what's been done before, right? So it's a fantastic opportunity for Motive to really tell the world what we're about. And we're going to bring that to Battlefront, which is, it's crazy. It's incredible.
As a studio, our promise to gamers is ultimately gameplay first. We all demand that the game has these huge wow moments that translates really well into the Star Wars universe. We're going to deliver that Star Wars awe like fans have never seen before.
With Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, we talked a lot about how we grew up as kids with Star Wars, and we collected toys, we'd bring them over to a friend's house, and we'd set up these battles where sometimes it was what we'd seen in the films, and sometimes it was just this random mashup of stuff that we wanted to play from our own imagination. Our aim is to bring in characters from all the films, all the TV shows, and even beyond.
Star Wars is what got me into role-playing games in the first place, that storytelling you did as a kid with your Star Wars action figures. With Star Wars The Old Republic, the choices you make, the freedom you have, that's really at the heart of a BioWare game. And beyond The Old Republic, there are so many stories that we still want to tell.
Our goal has always been not to just sort of make a game that is set in the Star Wars universe, but to really tell an authentic Star Wars story. And that's actually a hugely different thing. How do you ground the new and unfamiliar in the familiar? You need the guidance of someone like Doug Chiang to show you the way.
One of the great joys of working with Amy is she is like a film director in many ways, because she is telling her story and I'm helping to realize her world.
EA has some really exciting plans in the works for the Star Wars portfolio, and what we're doing is bringing in talent from across the industry and letting them loose. We have completely different games on the horizon, and I just hope that every fan walks away going, wow, I never thought they were going to bring my Star Wars fantasy to life.
The Force definitely strong with EA. They have a whole lot of Star Wars in the works. I am joined now by Xbox Live's Major Nelson. Major Nelson, EA Play.
Yeah.
It is here. I hear you're here to talk about EA Access Free Play Day sweepstakes?
This is actually really exciting for those that don't know. EA Access, of course, is an amazing program where you sign up and you can have access to this incredible EA Vault on Xbox One, and it is phenomenal. Now, what we're doing, working with EA, they've come up with this amazing idea where starting later today through the 22nd of June, all Xbox Live Gold members are going to have open access to the Vault. The Vault is open. Run in there, download as many games as you want, play, and have fun. It's just a ton of fun.
Now, that's the entire Vault has been opened.
That's my understanding. The entire Vault is open. And not only that, we're giving away, with EA Access, we're giving away a special Xbox One console and 3 Elite controllers. So you can win stuff, too. So if you're
not 2, but 3?
Right. So if you're a gold member, you get all these amazing games until the 22nd. Hopefully you'll sign up because you get access to all these great games that we saw today eventually, right? Sure. So you've got access to that, and of course you can also win one of a bunch of Elite controller and a console.
So what would you say are your some of your favorite games in the vaults?
Well, you know, I love all of them. Of course I love Battlefield. Battlefield's a great. I just came from playing Battlefield 1. What? So, of course, Battlefield being in there as well. Plants vs. Zombies, though. For some reason, that's one I keep going back to because it's just a lot of fun. It's so quirky and it's just lighthearted.
So can you tell us a little bit about some of the other games that are within the vaults?
Yeah, I mean, if you really need to go to EAAccess.com, and they're updating the list all the time. I think, and here's the great thing about it. I want to point this out, is that once you sign up and you're a member, you get access to EA games a few days before general release. So that's really critical. We heard them talk about that with Battlefield today on stage. We saw Titanfall. You're going to be one of the very first to be able to play Titanfall 2 on Xbox One.
Who doesn't love perks like that?
Right?
I mean, that's right up my alley.
Right?
I want to play the game before everyone else does.
Yeah, it's incredible. So really, check it out. It's free right now for Xbox Live Gold members. Go check out the vault. You know what? You asked me about what games are in there. I can't even remember.
As well as Major Nelson. Now, you mentioned that you're giving away an Xbox.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I would love a new Xbox.
Yeah, so just all you need to do is download the EA Access app on Xbox One, and all the details will be in there of how you can win the console, or maybe one of those great Elite controllers. Have you seen it? You've played with the Elite controller.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
called the Elite controller for a reason.
For a reason, because if you have it, you're Elite.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Elite, there are so many games that you can play in the vault, and now we're going to take a look at FIFA and the journey within.
Don't get too carried away. Can disappear just like that. Life doesn't always give you what you want, does it? I'm ready.
You'll get your opportunity, Hunter.
Just get me out of there.
Oh, we might as well pack this season in now.
What was he thinking? I want to stay and fight for my place. I won't let you down.
Alex Hunter, an outstanding goal. Welcome to the Premier League. This young man has everything.
We're going to make history.
Incredible, Hunter!
My name is Alex Hunter. You don't know me, but believe me, you soon will.
Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to the FIFA Village. Here we go, folks. This is great because we're joined by Matt Pryor, the one and only, to talk about the journey. Right now, soccer, as it no, it's soccer, man.
Okay.
No. I'll give it to you. All right. Tell me about the journey, man. It sounds cool. My best friend Rob, he plays FIFA all the time, and he was telling me that he was so excited for all the new things coming to FIFA. He wanted to know, can I play as NYCFC or can I play on that club?
Right.
What are the options here?
So the journey is an amazing new mode. It's something we want to do in FIFA for a long time, and we're now able to do it through the power of Frostbite. So it's going to be a massive year for FIFA. It's the first new mode we've put in for a number of years, since Ultimate Team about 6 years ago. And it's set in England. It's about a 17-year-old kid breaking out, his kind of debut year, breaking out of the academy. So for that reason, you can only play for the English Premier League teams. So my apologies for that, but who knows what's the future holds.
The sequel. The sequel.
No. It's an amazing new mode. It's something a lot of the fans have been asking for a long time. It really allows us to kind of look behind the scenes of football. We've done an amazing job of focusing on the 90 minutes on the pitch, but football's such a massive sport now. You can live it 24/7. You can get to see the behind the scenes like never before. So it's an area of football we've wanted to bring to the users for a long time, and now we can through the power of Frostbite.
Yeah, we never actually. There's so many stories about all the famous football players that are out there, and just like their journeys and all that. So I think this is actually quite a monumental occasion for FIFA fans, everyone to be able to enjoy this. Now let's talk about Frostbite and Frostbite's huge coming into FIFA. I know a lot of people were excited when they saw the announcement.
The logo, yeah.
So what has Frostbite done for FIFA 17 and more specifically the journey?
Well, it's a brand new game engine for us anyway, and it's one of the most advanced game engines there is
People
out
were
there.
excited
So we're
when
really
they saw
excited
the
to bring it to
announcement.
FIFA, and what it does is it allows
Frostbite?
us to make modes like the Journey. The Journey wouldn't be possible without the power of Frostbite. So it brings a lot more immersion, a lot more environments to the game, and it really just harnesses the power. It looks really good. So, you know, you've played a lot of Frostbite games, the Battlefield, the Battlefield ones, the Battlefront. So you kind of know what it brings to it, and now we're able to harness that power and bring it to FIFA. So it opens up a whole new world of opportunities for FIFA, which is partly the reason we're so excited this year.
So paint the picture for me, Matt.
Yeah.
I am a new customer. I've never bought a FIFA game before, but I love the sport.
Right.
It's the greatest sport in the world.
It is.
And a lot of people say this is the FIFA to pick up.
Yep.
Why? Pitch me on the Journey.
Well, the Journey, so it is. It's an opportunity to kind of, like I say, peek behind the curtain, see a side of football you've never seen before. And from a new user perspective, it's a great mode to kind of get to grips with FIFA because it's kind of an offline mode. It's an opportunity to familiarise yourself with the game and how you play it. And also, it's a window into the culture of football as well. So you will play through the Journey and you'll come out being a good FIFA player at the end of it and knowing a lot more about football than when you get into it. And obviously, you will have had a great experience on the route. So it's a mode for both returning, new, and you know, die-hard veterans of FIFA.
If I had my wallet right now, I would throw money in your face and tell you to give me this game. So this is exciting stuff. Matt, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. But we have more FIFA that we're talking about here. We have more FIFA. Absolutely. We're going to be joined in just a little bit with another member of the FIFA team to talk about the gameplay of FIFA 17. Hey everyone, how's it going? We're back here at the FIFA Village. I'm joined now by Sam Rivera. We're going to talk about the gameplay of FIFA 17. You know, FIFA, sports games in general, they're all about the gameplay. It's the reason why people come back year after year. So let's dive into it. What did you guys bring to the table for FIFA 17 this time around? That's a loaded question, so feel free to take your time.
I know, okay. So many things. A massive year for us in gameplay. There's 4 main pillars this year that I want to talk about. We have our 4 ambassadors representing one of those. For example, James Rodriguez will be representing the new set-piece rewrite. Hazard, the physical play overhaul. We have Anthony Marshall doing the new attacking techniques. And also, we got Marco Reus representing the active intelligence system. So those are the main things in gameplay for us this year, although we touched so many other fundamental areas of the game. So let me start with the free kicks and the corner kicks. All the set pieces is completely new. We are giving a lot more control to the users because that's what makes the game fun. You control everything. It's less random than before a corner kick, for example. So let me start with corner kicks. You can now aim exactly where you want your corner kick delivered. You will see a little reticular moving that you control, and then you control the trajectory of the ball. You can also switch to the guy that is in the box and time your run, so you can actually go and head the ball right on time, and that creates the whole situation that is not just sending the cross and then just tapping the button. There's more than that. We also have the free kicks. You now control where you position yourself, and that affects the angle of approach to the ball. So that will affect the spin of the ball, and you can finally do that Roberto Carlos reference from many years ago, where amazing shot that went around the wall. You can finally do it in FIFA. We also have the throw-ins. You can do fake throws, and we have for the next pillar, which is physical play overhaul, we have it's huge. So basically, something that was missing in FIFA before is the ability to protect the ball, shield the ball in any type of situation. Doesn't matter if you are dribbling the ball, if you are waiting for an air ball, if somebody make a pass to you and you have to shield your spot and then control the ball. Now you can do it. So we put everything in the LT button, or L2 as well. And doesn't matter if you are in offense, in defense, if you use this button, you will be physical. So you will try to either keep possession or recover possession by being physical. Just so you know how big this feature is for us, we put together a big team of people back in Vancouver just to focus on every single detail. Okay, so with that comes the new 360 shield dribble system, brand new system for dribbling in FIFA, which allows you to go any direction you want while shielding the ball from an opponent, and that you can actually back up into him, try to push him. Obviously, if you're stronger enough, then you may do it. If you are not, then he will push you. You may lose the ball. So this year is not just about pace; it's also about strength and how big you are. That will affect. Yeah.
I just want to say that is a lot, and there's more. There's more.
There's more.
All right, let's dive into this one. So, what else are you guys bringing to FIFA? Because there's a lot to talk about here.
Okay. So the active intelligence system. Your teammates, players off the ball, they are way smarter at understanding if they should support you or they should go on attacks. Why? Because they did a big rewrite on how the positioning system works, and players understand three things much better. Predicting the future, what could happen if the defender stops now? Am I going to go offside? Should I slow down? What happens if I stop now? Is that going to create space? Or the defender is going to continue with his momentum? That's one. We can also do better understanding if the player that has the ball, my teammate with the ball, can pass the ball to me now. If he's ready, then I should make the run now. If he's not, then I should probably wait and support him. So those things together allows us to have to decide better what the player should do, go on a run, when and how, and we create new run types with those systems, like the new fake runs, which if we know there's a space behind me, which there's not in this case, I would go this direction and then go the other one to fake the opponent to confuse him. We also have better timed runs, so I can slow down in order to stay on side, as I mentioned before. We have decisive runs into quality space. If I see dangerous space ahead, doesn't matter if it's 40 meters ahead of me, I can just run there because I know I will create some attacking opportunities in there, and many other runs that we can go in depth in later months. We also have the last pillar that I want to talk about, which is, well, we talk about physical play overhaul, the set pieces rewrite. Okay, the last one that we didn't talk is new attacking techniques. Okay. It's really cool. I forgot about it. So what it's doing is giving you more control as well on how you finish the game. First of all, downward headers and low trajectory shots. They were not really possible in FIFA before because the elevation of the ball would go up. So now if you tap the button again before the player actually makes contact with the ball, the trajectory of the ball will stay on the ground, and that is more difficult for the goalkeeper to save. So that's something on you. We also have the threaded through ball, which is if you press the right bumper or R1 at the same time you do a through ball, the pass will have more leading and it will go ahead of the defender, so that the guy making the run has better chances to go. It obviously is a decision that you can make to do a more leading or less leading on your through pass. We also have another thing that helps you call for support. In the past, we always had the trigger run on the LB button, which would send up your teammate on an attacking run. Now, if you tap the right bumper, instead of going away, the teammate will come close to support you. So if you have no spaces, then, okay, call it, and then it comes close. So awesome. It's a lot of things, and that's just the four major pillars that we have. As I said, we touch so many areas of gameplay. There's many more animations in the game. We added more animations in FIFA 17 that we have done in previous years, and we touched fundamental things like first touch control errors, so the game makes more sense and you don't lose the ball randomly as it could happen in previous years. So I could...
Well, it's very evident that you can literally go on for days and talk about all the new things, and that is how robust FIFA 17 is, which I think is incredible. Here's a fun fact, not to toot my own horn. When I was in high school, I played a little bit of the footy myself. I wasn't bad. Truthfully, I was terrible. But what I did do really well was defend, right? Oh, I'm a stocky guy. I'm a big dude, right? You guys can clearly tell. You see the fat. And I would just get back here and I would hold it down, right? And I think that is actually such a cool element that you guys are bringing to the game. I'm excited, and Sam, I want to thank you so much because I think you provided the internet tons of content to break down here, my man.
There's a lot of things for sure. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Well, that was definitely a lot of awesome stuff about FIFA 17, and of course, there's just so much more to come. That's just a taste of it, which is absurd. But for the time being, let's go ahead, toss it over to the studio with my main man, Jose. Take it away, dude.
Thank you, guys. The EA Play After Party is still going strong. We have gotten to take a look at so many awesome games that EA has in store. New Titanfall, pretty good start. I mean, I would say that's a successfully built PC. Are you done? Are you close to being done?
I'm letting them catch up first.
Strategy. Start off fast. And then, I mean, do you, like, is it looking as good as you would hope it would?
You know, it's actually looking better than I thought it should be. I'm cheating a little bit. I'm looking at his.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's the most important thing. So, I mean, you still have a few more minutes. These guys look like they're still so far behind. I see all kinds of screws. Scrubbing it up over here. The darkness. How's it going over here? Looks like you're pretty in deep in your PC building.
I'm hand deep in the PC, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's almost done, though.
Almost done, you say. If you had to put a time frame on just how long it would take until you were finished in seconds, how long would it take?
Seconds. Oh, math, man. Math's hard.
Yeah?
I gotta divide and use numbers.
And what's X equal?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah?
Math.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's hard.
Well, hopefully you can finish it up in...
I'd say like 5 minutes.
5 more minutes?
Yeah.
5 more minutes.
5 minutes.
And Darkness says he will be done. We will check back, and hopefully he will... Now, I just heard the time frame, 5 minutes. That's what I heard. Can you top that?
He's done in 5 minutes. I think in 5 minutes he'll find some mistakes in his build. That's what I think. I'm putting in the cooler right now.
Wow.
That's competition talk. So is it safe to say that you've been maybe eyeing his build, making sure that pieces are going where they should be?
He was like throwing things.
So there's some sense of shenanigans going on. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. I saw his side panel there, and I thought I could distract him by tapping it a bit.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You never tap another friend's side panel. Well, I mean... That's just something you don't do. Out of respect in the PC build.
Right now, we're not friends.
Oh, enemies? Oh, we're... Mortal enemies. Frenemies.
Yeah, we're frenemies right now.
She's claiming to still be friends. I don't know. I mean, both of you guys look like you're very close to completing these builds. I just hope you guys actually have the ability to do it within the next 5 to 6 minutes, because that's the time frame I'm giving you. And in the meantime, let's hit the gridiron with a little Madden 17. Ready? Hut, 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 hut.
Welcome to Denver. I'm Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis as the 2016 NFL season is underway.
This the game that shows us. Pioneer started on my corner like the cold rush. Hand lining up the block like a gold rush. Saying live fast and die young is what they told us.
Here we go. Just 3 seconds left. The Broncos fighting for their playoff lives. The snap, hold, it's blocked. T.J. Ward blocked it. And in the most improbable of ways, Denver is going to the playoffs.
Hey everyone, we're down here at the Madden Village now, and I'm joined by the one and only Matt Marcoux, the Madden Commissioner, the commish himself. Matt, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I got a champion to crown this weekend, you know? I'm feeling good about this.
Yeah, you know, talking about the Madden Championships, this is a huge opportunity here for a lot of these players. What are some of the matchups that you're most excited for this weekend?
You know, the amazing thing, we're down to the final 8. I would say all of them are great matchups. We got Problem Right, the greatest of all time, versus the dark horse Spot Me Please in the quarterfinals. We got Serious Mo returning again. He's in a great matchup with Stiff, who's a long-time Madden community contributor at Madden Daily. So all around the board, all the matches are great. I have no idea who's going to win this time, and I'm looking forward to every match.
Yeah, and this is a significant event as well, because you know the Madden Championship culminates to crowning the first Madden champion here. There have been many Madden champions in the past, though, but this one is a bit more significant. And why is that, Matt?
Yeah, so in the past, you know, EA has had several major events. We've had the Madden Challenge, Madden Nation, Madden Bowl. So there's been guys who are recognized as title holders. But we've never unified that. We've never had the all-around Madden champion. It's in my opinion, it's kind of like the old NFL where you had the AFC champion, the NFC champion, and they unified it to the Super Bowl. So that's what we're doing here. We're unifying it and say definitively the person who wins this tournament is the Madden champion.
This is huge. It's a big opportunity for these guys. Also, with just the news of what EA is doing for competitive gaming, and you come from a competitive gaming background, right? You've been around the scene for a really long time. So, I guess final question: how does it feel to really work on something with such a rich history, such as Madden, and to be able to add something as incredible as the Madden Championship to the many accolades that Madden players have had a chance to fight for over the years?
Yeah, it's a dream come true. So, my involvement in esports was inspired by traditional sports. I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, was a huge Green Bay Packer fan, played soccer, played baseball. So sports inspired me to say, well, why can't you be competitive at a video game? So it's really amazing to have that come full circle and work on the digital simulation, the video game sport of Madden, and bring it all home here, yeah.
It's awesome. Well, of course, thank you so much, Matt, for your time. And I just want to say that belt looks so fresh. I cannot wait for the winner to hoist that over their heads. Maybe they do like a little bit like a The Rock, you know what I mean? Just like whip it up,
We'll let them own it how they want to, right? Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, guys, let's now take a look at the Madden Challenge and recap all the incredible action that took place in the Madden Championship.
We are here at the EA Sports Madden NFL Live Challenge. This is the semifinals tournament, kids. Single elimination. All these guys are 3 very difficult wins away from $20,000, a $50,000 prize pool.
$50,000.
It's a tough spot for Neff. He needs to keep fighting back.
Probably not the best strategy when you're going up against the greatest Madden player of all time.
Oh, what a work by Bolt! What a work by Bolt! No problem. Hold on. The coach going to advance. That was a huge
As you can see, Serious Mo, D. Jones locking up, putting those headphones on.
He's got a rack catch. He's got a touchdown. What a pocket presence. Johnson. And he got the touchdown ball.
This is the game we've all been waiting for.
And another interception.
Let's go, gentlemen. Become the next greatest Madden player of all time. A lot of people feel it's going to be Serious Mo.
$20,000 for the first place winner. $10,000 for second. That's a pretty big chunk of change to take
Do
home.
my best to win. I want to play. I'm ready. Skimbo has always referred to Serious Mo as his kryptonite.
We are underway. Now to Morris, but just out of reach. That would have been a big play. The wide receiver, it's Randall. Does he have him? He does with the rack catch into the end zone. Touchdown.
This is the fourth quarter of Challenge Finals for 20 racks.
Has space. Then a little pressure. He throws an interception. That could be the ball game.
Oh my goodness, look at him. Look at him. Yeah, get amped, Serious Mo, you deserve it. And we got ourselves a new Madden Challenge champion.
Play it first on Xbox One with EA Access.
Insane.